Hi, welcome to the Okay. Hi, welcome to the podcast. I'm Bo.
I'm Gage, and this is
the Brain Dead Podcast.
I love it. How's your day been?
It's been pretty good.
What'd you do?
Let's see.
Wait. Let me take a shot in the dark. Jack shit.
Yep.
I'm so fucking good at this.
Hey man, look. Okay, when you get 7 days off in a row, there's like you run out of shit to do. It's honestly kind of boring. It's nice, but it gets boring.
There's so much.
There's
so much Pornhub that you can.
There's only so much jerking off you can do.
There's only so much that you can quite dibble dabble in.
No, but like I'll literally get to the point where I'll play on my computer for like a few hours. I'll get bored of it, watch some YouTube, and then like I'll put on like a random VOD or like a recording of a stream, and I'll literally just fall asleep to it, and then I'll wake up like an hour later. I'll be like, well, shit, what do I want to do?
Wait a minute, what am I doing?
I'll like randomly go take a shower and be like, okay, what now? Make some food. Okay, still got time left in the day. What should I do? Fuck it, I'll just play Xbox.
I'll go nap some more.
Yeah, and yeah, it's so fucking horrible. I hate it sometimes.
I get that. I mean, actually, I don't at all. I work same schedule every week, and on my days off, I'm usually waking up the exact same time I go to work to go do more car shit. That's for myself.
Yeah.
On that note, we might put out a little like snippet thingy of something that we did. We went to a cool yard that was just filled with like OG Volkswagens. Littered everywhere. It's pretty fucking cool.
I'm not going to lie to you. I don't think I really got enough footage to really
I mean, I know you said that the camera fucked up.
Yeah,
so,
the camera just like randomly stopped recording and I couldn't figure out why. So I think I might have 30 seconds. So it might be a good TikTok.
Hey, it might be a snippet. There you go.
Might be a TikTok.
Well,
I don't know.
Perfect reel.
Yeah.
That's perfect. That's too much time for real if you want to be honest. What did I do today? I worked. I was really upset. Went to the gas station that I usually go to on my way to work.
Yeah.
They didn't have any more of my cheese croissants.
What gas station?
The hotspot.
Well,
Dude, you know what pisses me off? You know how like I have like a obscene like crackhead obsession with Twizzlers? Like I love Twizzlers.
Specifically the pull apart one.
Yes. No one has fucking pull aparts except this fucking hotspot. And it's crazy. You know how like have you ever gone to somewhere so frequently that like you're the only person buying a product?
Yeah.
Like I'll watch it like no one touches these fucking pull appeals.
Yeah.
And I'll buy one and then it'll just be out of stock for like a couple days and then they'll restock it and I'm like, wow, I really am the only person who buys these.
Man, I really am one bitch ass motherfucker.
Really do be one bitch ass motherfucker. Well, let's get the ball rolling. So I don't watch football at all.
I don't either.
You didn't watch the Super Bowl, did you?
No.
So, what's the word? To show an escape from that. During that, there's always the badass commercials and like new commercials for things coming out. Like,
yeah, that's the only thing I really care about the Super Bowl.
So you
is all those random ass commercials.
You drive a Ford and have a blonde lab. Your wife left you 30 years ago, and you ain't no better than anything else.
I just love the Paramount Plus one that I showed you, where Creed's playing in the background.
Take me higher. As they're throwing Arnold.
Yeah, Arnold.
But so.
Can you take me higher?
Okay, we'll try again.
I'm okay.
But during that, they released the Deadpool trailer. Have you watched it?
I don't think I have. I think I've seen like bits and pieces, like just random clips from TikTok just floating around. But
so I'm like super excited because I know you don't really pay attention to like MCU and Marvel movies like I do. Just for little insight, my dad had comic books, so I was really into comic books. So I was really into that, and especially being like, I think 8 or 9 when they started doing like Captain America, Iron Man, all those. So I've been obsessed with it. We've always it was like a big deal going to the movies to go watch when they came out.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously when they first started, they were doing bangers after bangers after bangers. But in the past probably 2-3 years, it's been like 10% of the movies that come out are actually good. It's sadly like Eternals did really bad. The Marvels did really, really bad. And the sad thing is everybody was so hyped up for all the shows that were going on Disney Plus, and not a lot of them did really well. A lot of people kind of hated how they did a lot of the storyline. I know because I watched it. What's it?
The What If?
No, What If was actually really good. That was a really cool.
I actually really enjoyed that.
That was cool because technically it's not canon, but it's unique if it was canon. You see what I mean? That's really cool. I like that.
What if it was canon? What if it was canon?
That's what I'm saying. It's really cool that they did that. And actually, fun fact, they actually were able to get some of the real voice actors to do some of the parts.
That's cool.
Because you got to think about it. That's a big deal. Because Chris Evans, I don't know if Chris Evans did, but certain people. Mm-hmm. What, you're gonna go do a thing for not even like a big movie, paid $multi-million because they're shooting for months, if not a year, something like that, going to all these locations. You gotta think they're doing that. They're just going in the studio, spitting off dialogue for half an hour.
Yeah.
So it's pretty, and these people are busy, so it's really cool that they actually got some of those people in there. But WandaVision, that's what it was. WandaVision. That was a phenomenal show. That was really cool.
I never watched it.
Really recommend it. It was very unique. So I don't want to ruin it.
I think that's part of the MC universe that I don't really understand because you know me. The only reason I know as much about the Marvel universe as I do is just because of watching shit with you and you telling me shit.
Well, so the funny thing is, I think when they started doing all the shows on Disney Plus, that was the end of. And that's the thing. And the sad part is I haven't paid attention, and a lot of fans of the MCU and the Marvel movies and TV shows, a lot of people have lost interest and kind of stopped paying attention because of it. Just feels like they just kind of kept. It felt like they could just kind of keep putting out stuff and they didn't have to really put effort and thought.
So explain to me this because again, I'm not as knowledgeable as you. So
I'm not that knowledgeable. I just
you still know more than me. So I know a lot of people, between you and hearing people online talk about when Disney bought Marvel went to shit. But when did it what were some of the first movies or shows or anything that Disney actually produced Marvel?
I'd have to double check because the first one a long time ago. So Kevin Feige is I can't remember what he's basically the head of the MCU. Mm-hmm. What he says, he basically is kind of, the cool thing is to think is he's kind of what got the ball rolling. And actually a really cool thing that I recently learned, when he was brought into the position that he was a long time ago, he actually really wasn't a comic book person. Not really. But
I would imagine you'd have to be a hardcore comic book guy.
But the thing is, what he did was he actually went through and read comics. I'm not talking about went to Barnes and Noble and bought a couple things. No, he read through stories. Mm-hmm. So he actually knew about Peter Parker, knew about Tony Stark, knew about weird people I'm trying to think of somebody who's kind of like a deep cut in fucking Red Hulk and Hulk family and he, and that's not really that much of a deep cut, but he wanted to learn, he wanted to actually it's going into a job position and being what, I want to be the best that I can be, so I'm gonna take all the information I can learn and go with that. And so I can actually, I'm not just, talking out of my ass. I'm actually talking about stuff because I wanted to learn and I learned. But so originally back in the day, how they did it. So with the original 4 movies, there was Hulk, Iron Man. There's a dog going crazy out there.
Ruff.
Iron Man, and
Spider-Man.
no, the
Really?
Avengers. Yeah, it's the Avengers.
Oh
movies.
yeah.
Hulk, Captain America, Thor.
Yeah.
So when they first originally did them, Disney did not own them at that time.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually how Kevin Feige was. It was basically like different production companies got to do it. Like I think Iron Man was Paramount, and Hulk was, I can't remember, but
I remember watching like the original Hulk movie, like way back in the day. I didn't like it.
It was kind of
I didn't like it.
It was, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like an acquired taste. Like,
Yeah.
but to build from that is, so a lot of the earlier one, basically like phase 1, that's what it's considered. Like all those movies, and then going into the Avengers movie, the first Avengers movie, all of that. Like, I don't believe Disney. I don't think had them at that time. I need to double check. Let me look it up. When did Disney buy Marvel? Here we go. Oh, wait a minute. I'm a liar. Wow, they bought them way before I thought they did.
When they buy them.
They bought them in 2009.
Really?
That's what it says, yeah. It says
They must have kept it under wraps or something.
Disney
I don't
bought
know.
Marvel Entertainment for $4 billion in late 2009, bringing in an entire multiverse of IP with them.
Huh.
But I'm pretty so then that would mean that like I think Iron Man 2 would technically be under the Disney under the Disney umbrella.
Disney Man.
under the Disney man.
Introducing Disney Man.
Introducing Disney Man. Disney Man. Disney Man. What you were asking is, so really only the first couple, because I thought it was a little bit, but again, it's kind of hard to think because it's kind of funny, but like at the time we were kids.
Mm-hmm.
We were kids when these movies were coming out.
Yeah.
I mean, now this the MCU and the universe is so like just extravagant and insane that it's kind of hard to think that like, holy shit, they have been doing them for that long. But so when Disney bought them, I mean, again, I was a kid, so I don't know if there was backlash. I don't know if people didn't like it. But all the movies that were coming out, it was just like banger after banger. A banger, another banger, and then a certified banger.
Another one.
But like everything with all the movies that kept coming out were good. Like there were ones that like, didn't do maybe as well. Like I can't remember what. Like I know Ant-Man. Ant-Man didn't really do that well.
Another one I don't think I watched.
See, that's the thing is, in my opinion, if it's something that like you ask somebody who like watches MCU movies but isn't pays attention to them, and if they're like, I don't think I've seen that one, then that's probably one of the ones that wasn't phenomenal. Like, like for instance, for instance, one that was a really good movie that came out recently, but like is kind of in that weird time zone of when they were like kind of doing good stuff, but then they weren't really doing good stuff, was the most recent Doctor Strange movie.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like
that was really good. That was really good. The guy who directed it, Sam Raimi, that's who did the original Spider-Man trilogy.
Oh, cool.
And the cool thing is, and the perfect that I love that he did that movie is he is like a horror guy. He does a lot of horror films. Mm-hmm. So you could kind of see like his director vision in that movie and how he produced it. It's not like somebody keeps opening and closing their garage.
That's probably what it is.
That's what it sounds like. But to clarify, so obviously for the longest time they were doing banger after banger after banger, but then in the past probably 5 years, sadly they've had a lot of movies that didn't do very well. Like most recently, the Marvels movie came out, and I didn't see it. And again, because as I've I've lost interest in the Marvel movies because it just feels like they just haven't been that cool. They haven't really been that. You didn't feel that like heart skip a beat. Like when you literally, the best way to describe it is like when you were in the movie theater watching Avengers Endgame and you watched Tony Stark do the snap.
Yeah.
You were like they don't have that anymore. They don't have the sauce.
Who made the sauce? Not Disney.
Not motherfucking but so back to what I was saying. So Deadpool 3 is coming out. Mm-hmm. Deadpool 3 was a Fox Entertainment. They had rights over Deadpool. They had whoa, dude, don't be smacking the table like that.
Don't smack the table, bro.
I'm not.
I literally heard it.
How? You have headphones on.
I can hear it through the fucking mic.
Whoa, who is that?
What is that? I don't know. Couldn't imagine.
But so they've had rights over X-Men, Fantastic Four, I believe it was Fantastic Four, and like Wolverine, but that's X-Men. And because now they recently, I can't remember when it was, but basically they had acquired the rights to Fox, and I think that was to Fox Marvel's Heroes. And it was a couple of years ago actually when they did it. So with this movie, the Deadpool 3 movie coming out, this is part of the MCU. And it's rated R, so there's gonna be all types of. So it's cool that they're letting them do their shit and making like they're not being held back, mm-hmm. if that makes sense. And then just to top it all off, the how the story's going is that this movie is what's gonna hopefully be the movie that is gonna kind of help on like revamping and just kind of giving a better crowd appeal to the fans, because a lot of people have like lost that love and lore for the movies, and it's also just it's exciting to see that like they're you feel like as somebody who like again loves this franchise and all that, it feels like they're trying to do something else and they're trying to do something new, and it's gonna be really cool to see how they like uniquely tie in the Fox universe. And like, because for instance, Hugh Jackman, I believe after Logan said he was done. He did not want to reprise his role as Wolverine anymore. Mm-hmm. He's coming back, 100%. It's really cool. It's awesome to see that. for context, he just dropped his shit on his chair, so it was just really out of nowhere.
I hit the lowrider mode on a chair and just went just air it out a little bit.
But sorry for the rant, but it's just I'm very excited. This is really cool. I have not been. It is the last movie I was excited for was Guardians of the Galaxy 3, mm-hmm. because that was end of James Gunn's trilogy. So like because he took over from the DCEU or the DC universe. I can't remember what theirs is called, but he took over for that, and because he did so well Guardians of the Galaxy, hopefully they're gonna be like, well, this guy knows what he's doing, and he's gonna actually help. Because DC movies have just been trash. They've been trash for like the longest fucking time. Yeah, I still watch them because it's like I feel like I have to, but yeah, no, I'm really excited. I'm really excited for the new Deadpool movie.
Well, speaking of movies,
move wise,
so. We both watched, and I'm pretty sure if you're a car guy, most people have watched Ford versus Ferrari.
Oh, dude.
That's absolutely great movie.
Dude, fucking forget that it's a car movie. It was just a good movie.
It is probably, in my opinion, probably one of the best car movies since the OG, like, heist, like pre-heist Fast and Furiouses. Because, I'm not going to lie, I don't really care for like the big, like the ones with The Rock. I mean, Jason Statham is pretty cool in the ones that he's in. I forget which ones he's in. Like honestly after Tokyo Drift and Too Fast and Furious and all that, it's kind of a blur.
He's been in like 7, 9 or 10, and Hobbs and Shaw. Like again, it's really hard to keep track now.
Yeah, but anyway, Ford vs. Ferrari, great movie.
Phenomenal movie. Great acting. Awesome. Just good movie.
Also, Lancia versus Ferrari. Lancia versus Audi come out, and I know you've seen it. I still haven't seen it. I need to. But like, what were your thoughts on it?
Well, so, and I'm glad you talked about Ford versus Ferrari, like starting off, because I think because Ford versus Ferrari did so well, a lot of production companies were like, oh, that did well. Well, let's go make some money and find another car story. Because, for instance, they just did Ferrari. They just did Ferrari. I think it came out on Christmas of 2023.
Yeah.
Which I really want to go see that.
I want to go see that.
Adam Driver's in it, so I'm very excited. I really want to see that.
I just had sex and I'm about to have nachos.
This is the greatest moment of my life. Unless you ruin it with what you're about to say. Perfect. But so like I remember a lot of people were really hyped about this Lancia Audi movie, and I don't really know too much about rally. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm not a connoisseur of rally.
I love Group B.
But Group B, everybody knows about Group B.
I literally have a Hot Wheels set over here behind me that's literally like Group B shit.
But so, in my honest opinion, it on a movie front. Didn't really feel like that good of a movie. It felt really weird. You could tell that the budget was not very good. The acting was pretty good, but there were I don't know. It was weird. It was really hard to explain. It felt like a docu. You know how like if you scroll like you go over to your grandparents' house to watch a documentary and it'll have like cut scenes of like the actors doing their thing talking, and then it'll show like scenes of them playing out, and then it'll show it's more
news
set
footage,
up
like a behind the scenes type deal.
Yes and no. That's what it felt like watching. It was really weird. Like it didn't really.
So it felt like watching like one of those random crime documentaries that your mom would watch in the early 2000s and be like,
I lucked out. My mom didn't watch those.
My mom used to watch
our
shit all the time.
Our best was NCIS. that was the deep into crime watching that we did. And we didn't even watch those that long.
You're lucky, because it seemed like every night I would have to listen to like some kind of like famous serial killer, like the Unabomber.
Oh no, don't get me wrong. When I'd go to my grandma's, I don't even think she turns the TV off. It just plays all day, all night, and like it could be like 11 o'clock, and I'm like 8 or 9, and all I hear is, and he snuck in the house.
Yeah, I know, dude. That shit used to, dude. I used to have to get my mom. My mom used to have to turn the TV off until I went to sleep because I would hear it in the other room, and it freaked me the fuck out.
As he slept in the house when everybody was asleep,
Mom,
and took out his blade.
turn that shit down.
I'm turning it up. What? As he came into the house. Yeah, no, that's. But it was just, I don't know. It was a really weird movie. Like,
that's really fucking disappointing because Lancia versus Ferrari. I mean, God damn it, I keep doing Ferrari. Lancia versus Audi is like. It's another one of those big time rivalries. Well, it's just like Ford versus Ferrari was, but Group B.
Well, so and the other thing, okay, so this was the other thing. So it was Lancia versus Audi. If you were to watch it, what would you expect? To see 50-50 Lancia and Audi, or would you expect to see 80%?
So the whole story behind why the rivalry between Audi and Lancia, actually, you know what? Now, I really wouldn't call it a rivalry because it was more of a story about how Audi was so dominant in rally because they brought the Quattro system, which was one of the the greatest inventions for rally, or one of the best. One of the best things that was brought to racing in general, really, because it was a big step up in terms of performance, but especially for rally because you could you can get the best out of your car on gravel, dirt, snow, asphalt. It doesn't matter where.
It was a win-win-win situation with that setup.
But the cool thing is how Lancia pulled every trick out of the book. In fact, they even they cheated the system. They got the gray areas in the rule books just so they could come out ahead of Audi. And that was what made that story, Lancia versus Audi, so big, is because Lancia was an underdog compared to Audi. Yeah. Because Audi had a lot more funding, and they did a lot better. Yeah. But the fact that Lancia with the what was it? The 037. their rear-wheel drive car at the time, they were still able to, compete against Audi like pretty good, even though they were only rear-wheel drive. And like I said, they even pulled out like they cheated with like weight, power restrictions, I think, and like
like in the movie, like what they did in the movie is the team leader went and like scouted through a town and saw there was snow. So he laid salt and they shoveled and again, I don't know if this is true. I don't know if because it was a movie, so a lot of it was very stretched.
I'm pretty sure I've heard of that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember hearing about that. Was something that Lancia did.
They tricked Audi into thinking they were gonna run snow tires or snow like nail pierced or whatever. I don't know.
Snow tires.
Okay, I didn't know there was a technical name, but yeah, they tricked them into thinking they were gonna run snow tires, and then as soon as they basically left the time podium, they pulled over to their Lancia utility mechanics truck and swapped out tires, and Audi was like, "Oh motherfucker, they're changing the tires," and changed their tires.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because I think they changed mid course or something.
In the movie it was like it might have been, but from what I remember in the movie, it was like they had literally left the podium, gone down the road and around the corner, and then changed.
Yeah.
But the thing that drove me nuts, not that it drove me nuts, but I wish I got to see a little bit more from Audi.
Yeah.
I wish they
Yeah, I mean, I understand that, but at the end of the day, it's more so how Lancia overcame the powerhouse of Audi
and the Quattro system. Yeah.
More so than how Audi did versus Lancia. It was more so how Lancia did versus Audi.
Well, one of the things that kind of drove me nuts was they kept showing an Audi driver for Group B, which was Michelle Mouton.
Yeah,
I wish they would have got because she's freaking. That's huge.
She was a badass driver.
She was the shit, and I wish
she was like the '80s version of well, actually, Danica Patrick.
I recently saw. I think Danica Patrick was like, I don't know anything about cars. I just know to press the pedal.
Oh yeah,
yeah. That's what I was gonna say.
Okay, that's a bad idea. That's a bad.
But I know what you mean.
She was a
shit.
She was a superstar in the world of rally.
And that's what I wish they would have. Again, not that but technically she played a huge role because she was one of the drivers. So yeah. I just wish. That's what I'm saying is I wish it was like Ford versus Ferrari. Yes, obviously the movie favored Ford, and you saw Shelby and how they took over Ford. And again, you could probably see how that heavily influenced the Lancia versus Audi movie. But again, Ford versus Ferrari was Ferrari basically told Ford to go eat a bag of dicks, and you don't know how to make cars, or stick to making cars, get out of town. And they said, "Oh, watch this," and did their thing.
Hold my beer,
basically. But Lancia versus with them it wasn't that Audi was a dick. It wasn't that Audi was I don't know. I wasn't born then. But it was just it just made them out like you didn't really got to see Audi a lot. It was just Lancia, the bullshit they dealt with, the cheating that they did, and that they won.
I mean, honestly, I'd enjoy that. I mean, if it was just that, I'd be perfectly fine with that. Because now, what I really want to see is Audi versus a movie about how Subaru got into the rally game. That right there would be cool because Subaru was, or I guess specifically Colin McRae, because he was the big superstar driver, just go fast. Oh fuck, just go with the flow. Crash it, just keep going. Don't care.
Pedal through.
Yeah. I forget what his motto was. He had a motto. I can't remember.
I think I know what you're talking about.
It's basically just his motto, essentially, not word for word, but essentially was
keep going, never stop.
Yeah, just
pedal to the metal.
Just keep going, deal with the consequence later.
Yeah.
No, and he crashed a lot and didn't finish a lot, but when he finished,
it was phenomenal.
It was
spectacular.
He was well on top. Rest in peace, Colin McRae. But yeah, no, I need to watch the Lancia versus Audi movie, and that way I can get my own opinion on it.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, don't take this as like a negatively, like I didn't like it.
Yeah.
It just kind of felt
Off.
Yeah. If that's the best way to describe it.
I hope that the Ferrari movie is actually good.
I think it'd be kind of cool to watch the Ferrari movie and then watch Ford versus Ferrari as kind of like a sequel.
Yeah.
Even though we haven't seen the Ferrari movie and don't know the outcome of it, but I think that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of a cool, interesting way to watch it.
I'm curious to know what the Ferrari movie is about, though.
I mean,
I wonder if is it just like the come up of Ferrari and how they got into motorsports?
I'm pretty sure it's about Enzo and the company.
Okay.
I believe so. Because Adam Driver is Enzo Ferrari in the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so he plays like young Enzo?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Young and somewhat old Enzo.
Siri.
Shut up, Siri.
I didn't talk to you.
Dumb bitch.
Idiot.
Stupero.
Stupid. Yeah, no, but I hope the Ferrari movie's good.
Yeah.
I really do.
I do want to see that. I really would like to see that. I need to watch that as soon as possible. Something that I know because I know me and you were talking about it because, with this podcast, we've been like this is a new thing for us. We're not really social media people. Like, we pay attention to people, but it's not really something that we always do. But before, so me and him have had the idea for the podcast for a long time, and we're finally, not in the idea for a podcast, but the idea of doing something social media. But something that I took up upon myself was at the job that I work at now, I actually run the social media. And I say that like I have a boardroom filled with multiple people, multiple influencers. No, this is
international social media manager.
Interior crocodile alligator. Yeah, no. I don't look at the hype of it. I literally if I'm working on a car or if I'm tearing down something or we're talking about the parts that we sell, I'll make a video and I'll just post it and try and show. And it's been a very eye-opening experience because I'm not you can ask Bodie. I am the worst when it comes to anything.
He had to get a TikTok just for the shop that he's at, but yet still won't actually go on TikTok because everything's cringe and stupid, which I'm not going to lie. There's still a lot of cringy, stupid shit on there, but there's a lot of cool information and a lot of cool shit on there, and you need to give it a chance.
You know what else has a lot of cool information?
What?
The library.
You know what else has a lot of cool information?
What?
Pornhub.
I don't know why. I thought you were going to be like, you know what else has a lot of information?
What?
My ass. You just got to spread the cheeks and read.
You just got to open it up like a book.
Oh, shit. Oh.
He's dying.
I'm dying. That's how funny it was. But it's been a really eye-opening experience because I'm not a social media at all. The most that I do is I send memes to my friends but like on mine, like I don't like posting about myself. I don't like talking about myself.
Mm-hmm. You don't have to talk about yourself.
No, but not in that sense. Like I'm trying to think like JT. Mm-hmm. JT always JT is a really good friend of ours who's a huge JDM guy, has had and has really cool cars. But
I aspire to be him.
But he always is like, oh, just finished the engine bay shaving, just finished the rebuild. Oh, these just got look at this. Like, and he does it consistently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he just finished painting the S13 engine bay, right? Like a few weeks back.
Maybe. I try and whenever he posts something on his story, I try and see.
I remember seeing something. I think he just posted on his story. I don't think he actually posted it.
But again, you have to you also have to think about it in the sense of like he's doing that because I just did this. I've never I don't like it. Like, I've never liked doing that. But I will say now that because I've literally been doing it as a part of my job,
mm-hmm.
It's made me want to kind of do it more. It's made me want to kind of it's really funny too, because if you go and you look at the old posts of when I first started doing stuff, I literally did everything like a 50-year-old man. I just took a picture, put a filter, and was like, "Yep, this is it."
Hey, look, you got to start somewhere.
But
I mean, just like we're starting with this. I mean, shit, our last post, I accidentally recorded through the fucking webcam. I'm sorry about that, by the way.
yeah, no,
I didn't realize that until after we had already recorded.
After we'd already done it. And
why the fuck does it sound like shit? And I looked at the recording settings, and it was through my webcam, not our actual, like, mics.
Hey, I mean, you got to admit, for it to take all of that, and it didn't, like, obviously it didn't sound phenomenal. It sounded...
It could have sounded worse.
A lot worse.
It could have sounded like you were recording through a Nintendo DS.
100%.
It could have sounded like a fucking flip note.
Yeah. But I'll say because of that, I would like to kind of do more of that type of stuff for our own sense and our own things in the future. We plan on it right now. There's not a lot of things going on to where we really can. But the cool thing is actually recently there's been a lot more meets going on in our area. There's been a lot more cars and cars. It's actually
starting to warm up. So
it's starting to warm up. There's more people coming out. There's more things coming up. There's more events that are coming on. Like I am taking a trip to New York in the summer, and I actually kind of plan on going to salvage yards up in New York to go see.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I wanted to see if I can go find some cool stuff up there and go to shops up there. Because last time I went to go see family up north, I was like 13.
Considering you're going up there for Volkswagens, I'm sure you'll run into somebody that Brian Scotto knows.
Or Vin.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think Vin was from Long Island.
I don't remember.
I think he was. But because of that, I'm kind of hoping to start doing more stuff and kind of, because again, this has been a complete learning process for us. And I'd like to make more content. And hey, who knows? I might start making content like TikTok girls. You might see me in a thong. You might see me in a little skimpy skirt. You might see me...
OnlyFans link in the description.
Feet Finders link in the description. Don't mind the...
All I'm saying is when Drake releasing his OnlyFans, man, bro's got that anaconda on deck.
That was a sad day when I came home.
Dude, I literally came home and she was like, my wife was like, did you see that Drake's dick got leaked? And I was like, ew, disgusting. Where? And sure enough, just him in front of a fucking mirror swinging his little dingling, or not his little dingling, his fucking meat snake. Bro is schlank. Dude, he's got it all, man. He's got platinum hits, dog. He's got money.
Hits, money,
big
anaconda,
dingling, big dingling.
That's about it.
That's about it.
Yeah, fuck his kid that he has. Fuck the millions of dollars that he's helped with people.
Yeah.
Fuck all that. It's the big dick for me. It's the anaconda.
Bro's got it all. I'm pissed.
It's my anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, hun.
Anyway, what the fuck are we even talking about?
I don't even know. But long story short, I want to do more. Like I somebody who, I don't know if you watch him, but he does, like, he talks about Volkswagens primarily. I think his name is the 07K Project, I think.
I think you've
probably seen some stuff. But like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I've been doing this for my work for a while now, but again, it's kind of hard because I also work on the cars, so it's kind of hard to be like, oh, I'm pulling this engine and transmission. Let me make a video real quick, like, while it's teeter-tottering out of the car. Like,
yeah.
It's literally hard to plan about making a video when you're having to plan about how you want to take a car, how you want to pull a motor. But because of what we're doing and seeing other people doing it with, like, just straight up just freeballing it, I really would like to start doing more, and we really want to start doing more for our podcasting, because obviously we know these first couple episodes are not going to have camera footage.
Yeah, we're working on that. We're planning on probably just shooting it through iPhone the first little bit, until we can actually afford a fucking camera, because cameras are expensive. Also, we got to learn about what camera to use, because we don't know that.
But again, like you said, at the end of the day, it's a learning process, and the best part about it is if you fail, if you fall down, there's nowhere else to go but up.
Yeah.
So that's the best part about it. So I'm trying, he's trying, and hopefully we'll be able to do more content and stuff. So there's more things for y'all instead of just listening, watching, or because hey, we always like to. More me, and I'm just yanking him along because I don't want to be alone. Going off to go look at shit, find shit, tear shit apart.
Mainly because I don't ever really have anything to do anything to. I mean, the truck probably needs some work. I'm 1,000% sure it needs some work.
I was about to say, this is coming from the man who said, dude, I drove it the other week and I think it smelled coolant.
That thing probably needs a motor. I'm not gonna lie. It's probably gonna need a motor here soon.
Hey man, tis what tis.
I don't know. I think I might sell it. I might put a motor in it. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. It depends on if I could find a motor for cheap enough and I actually feel like doing it.
You know what I was thinking?
Hey, at least this time, if I do a motor, it's probably not gonna be cold as hell outside.
You know what I was thinking that you could do that if you sold that and if you decided to get another car and we've talked about with the wagon and getting stuff for the wagon, you know what you could do because it would be a lot easier in your platform, or not in your platform, but in your instance compared to my instance. You should try and do a 6-speed swap.
I mean,
it's really not that hard for you. It's really not that hard because if I were to do it because I'm an automatic, I have to get basically the car tuned. And the ECM redone to basically tell itself that it's a manual. I think I even have to redo harnesses because you got to think about it. There's a reverse switch.
Yeah.
I'm an automatic car. I don't have a reverse switch. The nice thing is because you already have that stuff, you should be able.
I've actually looked into it before. I told you I remember one time whenever I first got the thing, I was like. Damn, I got a 5-speed. This thing kind of sucks. I hate having that long ass fifth gear.
Well, and, I'll admit, you had asked me is it worth it? And at the time, I was like, I don't know. I mean, maybe. I was like, I mean, if you were wanting to go crazy, yeah, but I wouldn't. But honestly, the more and more I've been learning about it, dude, the 5-speeds, people who bang on them, dude, they've been blowing them up. It's not really the easiest thing to find 5-speeds. It's actually much easier to find 6-speeds because
there's much more GTIs out there.
The cool thing is it was in different models. It was in GTIs, GLIs, CCs.
There's manual CCs.
Manual
that's
CCs.
cool.
I don't know if there's a rarity number for them, but you don't see them too often. But I mean, we've had one at the shop couple times in the past couple months. Yeah. So it's not they're rare, it's just not very common.
Yeah.
But I mean the more and more I've been looking into it, I think that'd be kind of cool because then for one, if you did go get another car, you could do that. And again, we could probably, because like I said, on my instance, I'd have to send out my ECM, I'd have to go get it retuned. Well, I'd have to get redone coding, and because of an automatic car, I would like to swap out my gauge cluster. I don't want to do it the crappy way. Well, not the crappy way. I don't want to do it the way of consistent check engine light, consistent traction control, ABS, all this, because now I just disconnected the TCM and I just grounded out the neutral wire. I want it to be properly coded. I want to all this. I want it to be done right. For you, you don't have to do any of that. For you, it's all bolt-on. Yeah. For me, it's bolt-on and electrical.
Well, see, here's in a perfect world, this is what I would like to do to that car. So, first of all, I don't know how sacrilege this would be to do, but I kind of want to make it a GLI in quotes wagon. Or mainly for the fact to just do the GLI grill and badges and stuff.
I was gonna say if you say GLI aesthetic, that makes sense, but don't put GLI badging because it's not a GLI car.
Honestly, I like the front fascia of a GLI better than stock Golf or stock Jetta.
I mean, but the nice thing is on Mark V's, it's super easy because
it's just all you do is
it's
replace
grill and
that,
trim.
Yeah, all you gotta do is you just replace that little front grill piece and that's it.
Well, and the lowers and the fogs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because our cars didn't have fogs.
Oh yeah, because it'd be the whole bumper really, but
again you could either do it by just go buying a bumper and if you're lucky it's paint matched. I highly doubt because it's really weird. There's more Mark V GTIs than GLIs. Or you could just go get a Mark V GTI bumper, silver.
Yeah, but I like keeping with the Jetta.
No, it's this. I'm pretty sure they're the same.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
on
know that.
on Rabbits and Golfs, on Rabbits and Jettas, you can see the physical difference.
Oh, okay.
Rabbits don't have chrome.
Yeah.
It's like a weird.
Yeah, I know you can see the difference. We've looked it up.
Yeah,
before.
we've talked about it before.
But like I want to do that. I want to put some like nice period correct wheels that actually aren't fucking tiny as shit.
Or reps.
Actually
don't. Everything's a rep, so that's
but
forget that statement.
Yeah, but still, I would like some like nice BBSs. I know you said you wanted to keep your CHRs, but I still want to find a set of CHRs because I really and truly like I can envision that car with those wheels on it and it looks fucking phenomenal.
I know you're talking about CHRs. I think if you found the RKs, the one that came on Avalons, I think
honestly those either
they're very
or
similar. They're very
CKs.
similar.
Also, honestly, I'd be fine with either.
Sorry if it sounds like I'm coming in and out. It's because the wheels are literally right behind me, so we can like physically look at the wheel.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the RKs. I honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of like the RKs more.
RKs do look good, but I really like the like BBS Motorsports like around the lugs and stuff. It looks. Sorry. I had a little burp. It looks really good though. I really like it. It very much reminds me of like old school DTM, like a European Touring Car Championship stuff,
GT type stuff, and
yeah. But do that. Probably put it on coilovers. Get rid of the lowering springs. Put it on actual proper coilovers. Get the full Votex kit.
Finally put your kit on.
Yeah, I've already got the skirts. I just need the lip in the rear lip.
Yeah, if you can find one.
Which Ed was saying.
I mean, he did. I mean, don't get me wrong. That's a fair point. I mean, again, I did it with mine because it's so hard to find the front lips.
I mean, honestly,
I bought an eBay lip.
Honestly, if it looks good on there, I'm not too like dick hard about. Is that genuine, authentic? I don't really care.
Well,
I mean,
see, but the thing
with certain stuff, yeah, because there's a night and day difference.
Well, see, what the thing that like the other thing that he didn't talk about is the annoying part is its fitment. It's always fitment. Like
if the fitment is, damn, somebody just zoomed by the garage.
This went mock Jesus by us.
Yeah. But like as long as the fitment's fine, I'm perfectly fine with running rep kits and stuff.
I mean, you could honestly. The thing is, like, I did this for the longest time. I just kept watching a bunch of videos to see like which guys put on their car because they always put a link. They always put a link in the description below, so you can actually go buy the one that they got. So then you can like because after they'll put it, they'll go, oh, it lined up perfectly, or they'll go, it's a little bit off.
Yeah.
So at least.
But see, here's the thing though. It's like that rear bumper. It's not like anything crazy, but it does make it look a lot better.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie. I was actually looking at it on the dealership down the road's
or if
website.
you were looking at VW parts, yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at like the actual VW parts. They still make the Mark 6 spoiler, which I'm not entirely sure, but I would imagine it would still fit considering Mark 5 and Mark 6 wagons still had the same butt on them. So, speaking of butt.
My bad. I didn't think you could hear it.
I don't know if you could hear it, but he just shut himself.
No. Just farted. Don't overhype me.
Are you sure? It sounded a little wet.
No, that was my beer. Calm down.
But do that. Put the IE, what the hell was it called?
Manifold. Oh, the power kit.
The big manifold on there.
Yeah, intake
the
manifold.
tune and whatnot, and
also something. Sorry, not to interrupt you, but speaking of manifolds, I saw this that I learned on 2.5s. You can run the TTRS RS3 manifold, but it's highly recommended if you're doing that. It's kind of pointless on NA setups. It's honestly better off if you're boosting your car, because the factory manifolds on this car are like built very well. They do really well on high boost. Like I've heard of a lot of guys that are like big turbo, probably full bolt-on Dazan motors that are probably in the like 600-700 range, and they're running like factory manifolds.
Damn. Okay.
They do really well. They do really, really well.
But let's see, GLI body, the full Votex lip kit,
Black interior.
Sports. Oh,
Cannot
yeah,
forget,
yeah.
we gotta do black interior.
The black interior. I want to get the full black interior because mine's two-tone black and gray and with the cloth seats, and it's so fucking lame. I hate it. In a perfect world, I would like to get the fancy... What was the fancy climate control called that Volkswagen made?
There's Climatic and there's Climatronic.
Climatronic. That was what. Get that, wire it in with the heated seats and all that shit.
It's cool, but
that would be really cool. It's very expensive and hard, I know, but
well, no, it's just
in a perfect world, I would have that.
Well, no, it's just that system's not really that good. They always just went out.
Really?
On older stuff. I mean, you got to think. You got to think. That's going on. Your car's in 08? No, 09.
No, 09.
09. That's 15 years old.
Yeah.
And Climatronic was primarily on early body Mark Vs.
Mm-hmm.
So like 2005s and 2006s.
Yeah.
And like maybe 7s, I'm not sure, but on early ones that were, so that's even more closer to like almost 20 years, like under 20 years.
Do you know if any Mark 6 wagon stuff works?
The dash is completely different.
Oh, is
some stuff, because I've actually been looking into it, some stuff might work.
What about door panels and all that?
They're the same.
Okay.
I had to do work. I actually had to do work on a Mark 6 wagon like a week or so ago, because you know how I told you about, like, I want to try and put a cubby, like the dash cubby, in my Jetta, because we didn't get them in the States.
You did.
Did I tell you?
Well, I know, but what are you talking about? What cubby?
So all right. So for instance, in my GTI and my Mark 7, there's a little cubby. If you're holding the steering wheel, there's a little cubby right here. It's like a coin cubby, basically.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know this.
I thought you were talking about the little center.
Oh, the
vent,
tray. No.
The center vent that blows up towards the windshield.
Also, you should
for no
do that.
fucking reason.
You should do that because that's like you can go buy them for like $40 online, and it takes 10, 15 minutes.
I thought you were talking about that.
No. So there's, and again, this is The thing that started this was I was in one of the Mark V forums, and some guy was like, "Oh, I have a European EOS cubby dash," and I was like, in my mind, I was like, "Huh, we really didn't get that in America at all?" And I was like, "Okay," but then for some reason, a week later, I was thinking about it again, and I was like, "Bullshit, we didn't get it in any of our cars. There's no fucking way." And funny enough, that same day, a Mark 6 wagon came in, which has very similar interior to a Mark V wagon, and very similar interior to a Mark V. The dash is different, gauge clusters like slightly different, but very similar. And it had a cubby, and I was like, "Well, shit, then that would work in our car." But the thing that I think is the annoying thing is so in Mark V's there's no such thing as black interior. When you're looking at dash, it's all charcoal gray. That's like, I think the actual color is like it's like dark charcoal gray.
Just different hue.
I don't know.
Or different shade of black.
It's literally just dark charcoal gray, black, whatever. On the Mark 6s, it's actually black. So the cubby would be a completely different color.
And that's what you were talking about.
So that's
with
what
Edwin
I don't know if that guy was saying if the EOS, if the European, because I've looked, we have an EOS, like a couple EOSs at work. I've checked to see if if they had cubbies, and I was like, okay, well they don't, so he's not bullshitting.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the thing. Maybe in Europe they got them in charcoal gray, and you could, because I really want to do it because there's not a lot of storage space in those cars, like the center console and
it's fucking tiny.
It's really tiny. Like there's really not a lot of room, so it would be kind of nice to gain it. Like for instance, like my wood trim, like mine, I have the pop up lower bar. Yours is the open.
That's another thing I would like to get is the wood trim.
No, you know what you need to get?
What?
You need to get, so on like TDIs and all that, they had black. It looks kind of like carbon fiber, like low key.
I think I'd rather have the wood, to be honest with you.
I can give you the wood.
Hey yo,
pause. It's okay. We're all wearing socks here. It's not. Well, like Ethan. Ethan was like, "Damn, man, how'd you find that?" And I was like, "A guy was just selling like 2 sets on eBay." The guy might have that set. I don't know. Yeah. That's actually really funny to think. That was almost a year ago.
Yeah. 'Cause we're at the other house.
It was right before we were going to Helen. Yeah. It was because I was trying to get it all done before we went to Helen. But you could probably find it from a car. But if you want to do that, we have to start hankering down for, we see part outs go Like I'm trying to plan I'd like to plan a day trip to go up to Durham, North Carolina, to go to that Audi lot, that Audi salvage yard, just because. I mean, obviously Audi's, Volkswagens, different platforms, but we did share the same things with
There's a lot of parts bins.
There's a lot of
part bin carryover.
There's a lot. Like for instance, it'd be really cool. I highly doubt I would have the fucking money. I'd have to take a loan out. But it'd be really cool if like you can go grab like RS3 like bucket seats or something like that and swap, because I've heard of guys doing that. They'll swap them in. Like that'd be really cool. Or like it'd be like I've been really hoping that they would have, like, if you were to go do the 6-speed swap, because the annoying thing is whenever you do a swap and you're trying to do that type of stuff, unless you buy a whole parts car, you have to go like piece by piece. And I was like, oh, maybe I can go up there and they'll just have an A320 manual, because that's the exact same thing as a Mark 5, Mark 6 GTI. So then it would have all the parts. But every time I go on their website, which I don't blame them, because they don't really advertise things like that. They kind of advertise things and you're looking for specific parts. Obviously, I'm primarily looking for a whole thing. Sorry, I went on a whole rant. I went off on a Volkswagen. But as you were saying, Mark V, which one do and all that.
Yeah, it's just the GLI front fascia or front bumper, whatever. The wheel, BBSs. Blah blah blah. Swap the lowering springs for coilovers. IE manifold.
Yeah, IE manifold. And
what else? Preferably, I would like to get a different exhaust setup, just because the way mine sounds at like low RPMs, it just sounds like it's got a fucking exhaust leak. I don't know. It may have a slight exhaust leak. I don't know.
I don't even know when.
It doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound like yours, which is really weird.
It was just really funny.
Yeah, because I have a fucking MagnaFlow on mine. I got the like nice one. You just got like a little cheap $30.
No, it wasn't cheap, but it was like $100.
You have the Amazon special.
It was literally like $150 on Amazon, and I was like, I mean, shit, that does the job. It's chromed, it's rolled, and it looks like good quality, and it. Honestly,
it sounds really good. I like the way yours sounds, even at low RPM. Mine sounds perfectly fine once you get up in RPM, but it's just, I don't know. Mine sounds like really like wispy and like, I don't know.
I still think yours sounds really good.
It doesn't sound like whenever I pull up to a drive-thru, I had the window down, and I can hear.
Yeah, you can hear
it. It does not sound good. I don't like it. You want to talk about Top Gear right quick?
Yeah, go off on, because so like I didn't grow up watching Top Gear.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I just like But then when me and him became friends, he actually like, didn't you buy the seasons, or it was just on Prime?
I bought all the seasons that were available on Prime.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was gonna say. I couldn't remember. So, and then I honestly was like, well, I'm just gonna start watching Top Gear, and we watched Top Gear, and we watched a shit ton. We watched so much that we were like, let's just start watching compilations, so then at least it feels different.
Yeah, I remember we used to just sit at your house all day and just watch Top Gear compilations.
We would literally leave to go get like subs at like Firehouse Subs, and then come right back and watch more Top Gear.
Yeah, but like, man, I grew up on Top Gear. I fucking love Top Gear. I don't remember when I started watching Top Gear. I'd probably say it was sometime around maybe late middle school for me.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I just absolutely fell in love with it. Still love it to this day. I've watched, I probably haven't watched every episode of Top Gear. I've watched all the later episodes up until they changed hosts. I know that much. I know I've watched at least the last 5 seasons.
Yeah, because me and you for a while were sticking pretty hardcore to like episode. Yeah.
But like, man, there's no other show, no other content like it.
Really?
Man, you can't. I say there's no other content like it. There is, but it's not the same.
But it's different because when they were doing it, it was groundbreaking. It was different. It was different. It was fresh. It was really unique for the time.
I will say, and I give a lot of shit to like modern car YouTubers and all this about like, just taking delivery of my new Lamborghini Huracan and whatnot. I'm like, okay, big whoop. Okay, cool. You own a supercar. Cool. I don't really care about that kind of stuff. But like at the same time, it's just like I don't know if it's maybe it's just the way that they do their content compared to how like it'll be like Jeremy Clarkson in a Ferrari F40 blasting around the airfield track, and he's doing commentary. And he's like, "Oh my bloody god!" And you know, it's like, "Oh Jesus, it's trying to fucking kill me," and whatnot.
Or, like he'll be like, the interesting part is the man who made this made my meatball sub for lunch, and then it'll
he's super funny, and I love it. And I know it's probably scripted and whatnot, but at the same time, I don't care.
It's funny because then it'll just be like a cutscene of, and it'll be like, this has 498 braking horsepower with a screaming 11,000 RPM.
Dude, my favorite parts was when they would do like how they did on the Grand Tour. Like their modern episodes, whenever they got on with Amazon Prime, where they would do expeditions and stuff. Oh, dude, I miss that. I miss when they would they would do car reviews. They'd get 3 cars from the same category, and be like a Aston Martin, Vantage, a Porsche 911, and like a
what?
Lamborghini Huracan or something. I don't know. And then they'll take turns driving it, or they'll like drive it to a certain destination.
Put it through the work.
Yeah, they'll put it through the test, and then they'll swap cars, and then drive them some more, and then they'll like sit down and be like, "Well, the Aston Martin, it feels very, very luxurious and kind of nice to drive, where the Lamborghini, is an absolute powerhouse, but is." It was horrible.
Cool. It was cool because it literally felt like you were. It felt like you were at a Cars and Coffee, watching old men bicker about their fucking car. Jeremy, but it's a. Well, I'm trying to think what's a good. But it's a Lotus. There's class. It's made here at home. And then little dude,
Richard
Hammond. He'd be like, "Yes, that's all good and dandy. But Porsche."
But Mustang.
And then they would be like, "But it's the same thing." And he's like, why change something if you got it right the first time? Like, it was always. And then you'd have James May. But I have a Bentley. And it was elegant. And they'd be like, "Shut up."
Shut up, Captain Slow.
Shut up, Chase. Chase.
Yeah, I love it, and I miss it so much.
Hey, if you want Jeremy Clarkson content, you can watch Jeremy Clarkson farming.
Oh, dude, no, I've watched all the episodes.
Oh, you actually?
Dude, I've watched all of it. It's so fucking good. It's so fucking hilarious. It's hilarious watching an old man who looks like he could die of a fucking stroke at any time. Just like sitting there riding around on a tractor and randomly plow through somebody's house and be like, "I thought this was my land."
Whoops.
Whoopsie daisies. And there are parts that like I don't know anything about like European politics, but like they get into a little bit about like how politics and farming is like they clash. And in fact, I'm pretty sure they're going through something like really big right now, where like a bunch of Europeans are just getting on their tractors and just blocking every fucking major motorway to like protest and shit. It's pretty badass. There's just random like. There'll be 300 John Deeres and like Kubotas and shit just mobbing down the fucking freeways and shit. It looks so fucking badass.
That's the true midnight cruise I want to do with my friends. I want to go down the highway with a bunch of Kubotas and John Deeres.
Yeah, that sounds like some shit we'd see around here, honestly.
They did that for fucking like senior pranks. They drive their fucking four-wheelers to fucking high school.
Yeah. But like, yeah, no, that Jeremy Clarkson's Farm is a very good show.
I never wanted to watch it just because I was always like, oh my god, it's just this old fucker talking about like corn or something.
So in a sense, it does talk about that stuff, but
it has his. But
it has just good old Jeremy Clarkson style commentary and like funny shit.
Okay.
He's still Jeremy Clarkson. He still does Jeremy Clarkson style stuff, and that's what I love about it. Because it's just pure stupidity and be like, what? Also, Grand Tour. Great show.
I've seen a couple. I think I watched mainly like the first season.
I've watched all of them.
I believe it.
I've watched all of them. They're all great. But what I love about it is like the first, I think it's first 2 seasons. Maybe it was just the first season. I don't remember. Whenever it first started, they did their typical, like how they used to do it on Top Gear, where they would do the car news, and then they would go and like do a trip, basically.
Yeah.
But they ditched it because they realized that nobody really gave that much of a shit about it, which I liked it. I still liked it, you know, them joking around about like random politics and car culture and whatnot. But they actually come out with a new expedition, I guess you'd call it, called the Sand Job. I don't know what it's about, but it looks good, and I'm very excited. I'm very excited for it. Very much look forward to it. I don't know. I love Top Gear and Grand Tour and all of that stuff.
I mean, I will say I appreciate you like actually being like, "Come on, dude, just watch it," because now I actually know things about it.
No, and see, here's the thing though. Like, I feel like Top Gear got me into cars. Like, yeah, I watched Hoonigan. That got me into cars too. But like, Top Gear really like helped me appreciate car content, cars themselves, and Top Gear means a lot to me, and
a lot of other people.
Dude,
a lot of people.
I'm legit regretting the day that Richard Hammond, James May, or Jeremy Clarkson die, because I will actually fucking sob. I will fucking cry. I will be depressed as shit because they mean the fucking world to me. I fucking love them, and honestly, I wish I could just shake all of their hands, and I would never watch that hand ever again.
You could sell your skin cells on eBay.
I'm gonna cut off my hand and sell it on eBay and be like,
it's touched all 3 of the.
It's touched all 3 Top Gear hosts.
For $40,000.
Fuck it. I'll be fine without a right hand. I can use my left.
Are you a lefty or a righty?
I'm a righty. It's gonna suck.
If you think it's worth it, then it's worth it, I guess.
It's worth it.
It's worth it. I don't see no faults in this plan. All right, you say so.
Yeah, but all right, we'll wrap it up.
I think that's the time. But appreciate you tuning in for this episode. This was episode 3.
Make sure to follow us on TikTok, Instagram, links
YouTube.
below. Make sure to subscribe on YouTube. Make sure to keep up on
keep up on any updates, any notifications about if we're posting or any reels or anything like that. Also, we would love to hear your comments. Let us know. Let us know if you liked it. Let us know if you fucking hated it. I don't blame you. You have your own opinion. Say what you want to say. Put down things you want us to talk about. Things that.
Tell us what you had for dinner. I don't care.
I mean,
tell us something.
If you wanted McDonald's or if you hated McDonald's, if the ice cream machine was working, or if what a surprise, it was not.
Also, if you have any suggestions on what you want to hear in the next podcast, we'd love to hear it.
Yeah, no, literally. If you agreed, you disagreed, anything you think is that you would like to talk about, or maybe an opinion you'd like to hear or something like that, let us know. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Put some more.
Don't be shy. Put some more.
But we appreciate you tuning in. This is a sign out from me, Bodie. I'm not Bodie. This is a sign out from me, Gage. My Instagram is _GageFox_ on Instagram.
And I don't really have my own.
I am Brain Dead Podcast.
I have Brain Dead Podcast, or I had the Brain Dead Media Instagram and TikTok. Those are just my TikToks, or just my social medias now.
Either way, go look those up and go check those out and give us a follow and give us a like on anything, any content or anything like that. So
show some love. Or some hate. Again, hey, do it. Hey, this is free country.
This is free country.
Free world.
Free world.
Well, not so free, but, whatever.
You do what you can. This is us signing out. Adios. Bye.